Welcome to the IDE. An IDE, the IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is the piece of software that programmers use to create their programs. So the technical definition the state likes is software for building applications that combines common developer tools in a single interface. Now, what that means is that you use it for building applications, you use it for programming, and it combines the most common tools that programmers use into a single place. It puts them all together. So you use an IDE to code. Our IDE is called CodeHS. It's also the curriculum that we use. It works really well for us. They have lots of cool things with it. So I have in front of you on your screen here one of the lessons that's in the future for you, but one of the lessons that we're going to do. And I'm going to show you some of the features of this IDE that are going to make it easier to use. While I do that, you ought to fill out your study guide. Feel free to pause, of course, because I'm just going to keep going. And if you're listening to this on 2 or 3 times speed, seriously, come on. Okay, where do you write your programs? Where is it in the IDE? Let me start with this. When you first load up your exercise, you're going to see a series of instructions. You want to read and follow those exactly. One of the core things in programming is learning to follow instructions with precision. It is a life skill no matter what career you go into, but especially those of you who are going into any of the applied engineering fields. You're going to be an engineer, you're going to be whatever, you have to follow those instructions precisely. But it's not like those of you who aren't going to be programmers don't need to learn to follow instructions thoroughly. I get a lot of nurses in my concurrent classes or future nurses, and you got to follow instructions or you're a doctor or you're going to kill somebody. Hey, so where do you actually write your program? Where is it in the IDE? It's here in the middle, right here. And you'll notice there's stuff off to the right side. There's stuff off to the left side that I can shrink and grow. But here is where the actual program typing occurs. Now, how do I see a few things? How do I see the assignment instructions? That's over here. Click on assignment, and there are those instructions from the beginning one more time. You'll notice, though, that they don't include all of the pictures. And so it's nice sometimes to just refresh and see that. But click on the assignment tab. Now, when you're running your code, you're going to want, let me get a little bit of code here. Oops. So when I run that, you notice that I have Carol going really, really fast. Sometimes I need him to go slower, though. Or her, I have no idea. So you see, you can speed it up or slow it down with this handy slider right there. You can also, see, I'm hitting reset here. You can also walk through it step by step. So I hit this, step forward. It highlights the line of code and it performs the action. Good, good, good. I can also step backwards, again highlighting the line of code and performing the action. So I can do that. Now, you won't see this for a little bit till you get to assignments like these. But up here you have different worlds, and you notice that each one is a little different. In order to pass all the checks and complete the assignment and get credit for it, you have to make a program that will work in every one of those worlds, in all those worlds at the same time. So, or with the same program. You can't create a program and then run it in a world, then create another program, then run it in the world. Let me just show it a couple others. Run runs the program, just goes through it all. Reset resets, of course. If I'm going through slowly, I can start the run and then pause it. And you'll notice that it highlights where it is on the other. So that's an option. Then I can continue. Or this is a handy one, this check code. will give you, often it's more specific than this. It's not always 100% accurate. But if it doesn't pass the checks, usually, and by usually I mean 99 times out of 100, it is a mistake that you've made. It's not that CodeHS is screwing up. It might be the way that they've programmed it. That's the other 1 out of 100, but they don't do that on that many assignments. And when that happens, I will show you what to do. So there you go. That's Carol and the IDE.